Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how to pick the best easel for you. This video is going to take you through some of the things that you need to consider before buying your easel. So that way at the end of this video you'll have a customized list as to what you need to pick out the perfect easel for you. So the first thing you need to consider when you are thinking about buying an easel is, why do you need an easel? Are you a plein air painter that paints outside and you need an easel for outside painting? Or are you just super irritated with having to paint on the table and your back hurts because you're constantly having to look down on your paintings? Which I'm sure they don't appreciate. Do you travel a lot and so you really just need an easel just to make sure that you have the promise of having somewhere to paint? Or are you a YouTuber and you just need something that looks good? Not saying that's me, but you know, some people like aesthetically pleasing things for their random online videos. The question of why you need an easel is really important because that's going to narrow down what type of easel is going to be perfect for you. So I got my easel because something in my gut was telling me that I really needed an easel. I was squishing my small intestines, I'm pretty sure, with the way that I was painting, because I was bent over like this and seriously, I had such bad stomach cramps. So it really wasn't my gut so much as maybe some sort of small intestine issue, I don't know. So basically my organs just forced me to get an easel. Anyway, so for those who are plein air painters, I would recommend looking up plein air easels. It's actually not P-L-A-I-N, it's P-L-E-I-N, it's French, so it's a little bit fancy. These plein air easels, they come with tripods, so that way they're super sturdy in case you want to paint on the beach and you've got sand and all of these things. It also has something that clamps your canvas down so that way it doesn't blow away in the salty beach air. Also, they have these cool little fold out things that you can put your paintbrushes and your paint on, so that's really cool. Not to mention some of them even have straps, so that way you can just carry it on your back. And some of them are even sized so that way they would fit in a backpack. But if you are the kind that really is just sick and tired of painting on the table or on a flat surface, you've got loads of options. But just make sure that you get a functional, not a display easel. So the functional easel is actually going to be sturdy and you can put pressure on it. The display easel, if you put pressure on it, it's just kind of gonna fall over. It would be really nice to have a display easel to display your art, but not necessarily to create your art. That actually turned out pretty well. I'm kind of proud of that one. A couple of functional easels that you should be aware of is, first, the A frame easel. This easel looks like an A, hence the name A frame. And basically the two masts just go like this, and then you have 3 legs. It's sturdy enough to be painted upon, but it's not the most sturdy. But if you want to shove this under the bed, or if you want to move this around, if you want to collapse it, it's really versatile. So if you want something a little bit more sturdy but not as portable, then the H frame easel is going to work, because that looks like an H, and so it looks sturdier, and it is sturdier. Doesn't just look sturdier, it is sturdier. But unfortunately, this guy is not as easily manipulated, so it's not gonna be the easiest in the world to shove under the bed. It's also not gonna be the easiest to get in the closet or move. But if you want something really sturdy, then that's gonna be for you. There's also hybrid easels, which I think are super cool. I say super too much, I should stop that. There are hybrid easels that are really cool, because what they do is basically it depends on the angle that you want. So you can make your easel flat like a tabletop, or you can make it angled like a normal easel. And this is good for people who, let's say on Mondays, they want to do watercolor, and so they need their easel to be flat like a tabletop. But then on Tuesday, they really want to work on their acrylic painting, so they need it to be angled. Also, you've got giant easels where you could put giant canvases on it. So my style is the tiny easel, which these are like $4 at Hobby Lobby. So if you're really running out of patience and you just want to slap something on a canvas and call it a day in probably like 30 minutes, bam, you got your tiny easels. Is easel starting to sound funny, or is that just me? They also have bench easels, which I think are really interesting. These easels, they have a fold-out bench, which is pretty dope. If you were standing painting at your easel for a good long time, your feet might hurt. You know, you could take the pain out of painting, because you can't spell paint without pain. This is just, it's going downhill. Like, I don't even know why you're still watching at this point. And at last, for the beloved YouTuber. Looks are almost everything in YouTube, aren't they? You see these YouTubers all the time in their studios, and they've got lakefront property, or they have a perfect plant that has no brown leaves, but yet it's still a real plant. Me over here YouTubing, I'm just giving myself internal damage. If you want things to look good for your YouTube, that is something that you need to consider as well. So if you want a boho look to your videos, then maybe you want a beechwood or a pine easel. But if you want more of an industrial look, then maybe you could go for the aluminum or the black easels. So now that hopefully you've been able to narrow down what you want in an easel, let's talk about price. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that staying in budget is crucial for me. I don't spend a dime unless it's absolutely necessary. And you know, buying this easel was sort of necessary because, again, I was squishing my organs. So I think it's important to think about where you are in your artistic career. Are you doing paint parties every single weekend and you need a sturdy H-frame easel in order to paint in front of crowds? Or is this your hobby that you're really serious about and you want to splurge a little bit on an easel? Or do you just need something to plop up on the tabletop in order to teach online lessons to kids? So I think it's important to consider where you are on your artistic journey in order to decide how much you want to spend on your easel. Because you could spend $150 to $500 on a really sturdy H-frame easel. You could spend $15 to about $150 on a really good A-frame easel. Hobby Lobby has some really good prices, and they have sales like most of the time. And also they have most of their easels on display. So if you wanted to go and actually look at an H-frame easel or look at an A-frame easel, you can. I was trying to get a video for you guys when I went to Hobby Lobby, but then there was an employee there and like she wouldn't leave. So, and then I kind of lingered kind of creepily, like I was trying to decide on an easel, but really I was just like waiting on her to leave. It was really a Hobby Lobby game of chicken. But either way, my best advice is to pick a number and stick with it. Because this is gonna avoid what they call analysis paralysis. There is so much you could look at and so many easels out there with all these different facets. I'm sure some of them have cup holders. I'm not sure of that, but I think that would be cool. But if you're dedicated to staying on budget, that's really gonna help you limit your choices and not really taking everything on the web and trying to figure out what you want, because price really does narrow things down for you. This is kind of how I decided on my easel that I just got. First, I'm a YouTuber. I crank out a piece of art every week for my channel. So that being said, I need versatility in order to get it in front of the camera and in order to move it around so that way I can get the lighting right. I need it to be small because I work on small canvases, like I said, because I lack patience. And so I need it small, but I also got it a little bit bigger than my normal canvas, just in case I wanted to go for something bigger. I also really liked the look of the beechwood, and so I got something beechwood because that would give me that boho type feel. Although you would think I would go with the industrial since I am wearing black and I always wear black. So maybe I'm just confused. And as for budget, I was not gonna spend more than 50 bucks. So here's the deal. If you can tell me I'm getting two for the price of one, I'm gonna buy that thing. I don't care if it's a sticker that turns into a sponge. I don't care if it's a t-shirt that turns into a pair of pants. I don't care. If it's two for the price of one, I'm getting it. So for the easel that I got, it's actually a storage box. So I thought, man, that's dope because I can just put my paint in there and then the next day I can just open it back up and have the same exact paints there, the same exact brushes. It's gonna be epic. Also, Hobby Lobby had an easel with a storage box underneath it, and it was $45, and I got this one on Amazon for $28. So that was how I decided on which easel that I would go with. So I hope this helped you create a customized list, and ultimately I hope you're really happy with what you picked. So let me know what you picked in the comments. As always, like, subscribe, comment. Don't like, don't subscribe, don't comment. Be true to yourself. Later.